what is performance income?
Um, Again, I think we probably answered this question in a lot of other questions because it's so involved in the entire industry, but I don't think we've really just come right out and ask it. Uh, uh, Basically, performance income is collected by ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, or a PRO, which is a performing rights organization. Each territory, each country throughout the world has its own PROs, performing rights organizations. So they're the ones that are going to be collecting performance income for the writer and the publisher in those territories. So what is it? It's if music's being played in a restaurant, cafe, Starbucks, clothing store, the biggest probably revenue stream from a PRO, performing rights organization, is the radio. Mm-hmm. You know, not satellite radio, even though satellite radio, that's great, but terrestrial radio, conventional stock house standard radio, if you have a big hit, there are millions of dollars at stake. So it's just something to keep in mind. Also, television. If you have a theme to a show, I always bring up Friends because Friends is just in syndication and you still see it 5 times a day if you want to see it 5 times a day. If you have a theme as a TV show, you can make a fortune, but a lot of that money will come through not just the sync, but will come through the PRO from performance income. So again, TV, radio, clubs, live venues, cafes, restaurants, clothing stores, any place a record could be performed is performing performance income. So basically, if you have written the theme song to Friends, how you would get paid is every time an episode of Friends comes on, the performing rights organization, let's say you're an ASCAP writer, all the guys that wrote the song and the publisher will get a nice fat check from every time that show gets aired.
Oh my gosh.
Every time. If it's on cable, they don't make quite as much money when it's in it doesn't have to be in prime time, but it has network TV. Network TV pays a king's ransom. And remember, attached to that in the beginning was a sync fee because that song was being used with a visual. So they paid a lot of money for the sync fee, for the sync rights, but the gift that keeps on giving is every time that show gets played, I don't mean sometimes, I mean every time, you're collecting some really strong income.